Hi, friends. Well, it's clearly Advent, a time of getting ready, a time of preparing. As I see it, we're about halfway through. Christmas is just a little over 2 weeks from now. And certainly there's plenty to do, I'm sure, at home, here at church, most importantly, in our hearts as we prepare to celebrate that great gift of the Lord's Nativity, the Lord's coming into our lives. Quite honestly, as we all know, this is a very, very different year. Probably the biggest question that I get asked here is, how in the world are we going to celebrate Christmas and accommodate so many people? As all of you know, in the past, Christmas has been a time where it's been wall-to-wall people, and it's wonderful to welcome everybody home and to celebrate this great gift of the Lord's birth. But obviously, we can't do it safely that way this year. And so we need to make new plans, plans that enable us to really focus on what really matters, and yet to do it in a way that's really safe. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, we have no way of knowing how many people are going to come, but we really welcome everybody, and we hope that people will come. The first thing we know is that many people are not going to feel comfortable. So it will be live streamed, it will be videotaped. You are able to see it at home. And if you're not comfortable, especially knowing that there will be more people than ever, it may be a good idea just to view it that way, connect with that way, and share it that way. However, here's a couple other things that are going to really help us this year. Number one, the obligation to attend Mass has been suspended indefinitely now, which means we don't have an obligation to come on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Secondly, Christmas in the church is far more than just a confined holiday of December 25th. As you know, in the material world, come December 26th in the retail stores, they'll be taking down the decorations and putting up Valentine's decorations, and the music and all that kind of stuff will be ceasing quickly. You'll see trees out on tree lawns, those kind of things. That's not the way it is in the church. We have a whole season, and even at the center of that season is not just a day and an eve, but an entire octave. It actually begins December 24th, but it continues on through 8 days to January 1st, where that entire octave is a celebration of the Lord's birth. So what we're asking of you is to change perhaps the way you think and the way you plan your Christmas church celebration, the Eucharist, and to expand it. And rather than just coming on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, to come sometime during that octave, in particular, that weekend. So just to review that with you, Christmas Eve is on Thursday, Christmas Day is on Friday. Then we have Saturday and Sunday, the usual weekend, in which we celebrate the Feast of the Holy Family. Same celebration, just a different way of looking at it. And then throughout that week, each day is a Christmas day. So my point is this: you do not have to come on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day to celebrate Christmas. As a matter of fact, for the good of everyone and for your own good too, we really need you to spread it out and to think about coming on an alternate day and still making that your Christmas Mass. We've changed the schedule a little bit, so you'll need to really make sure you're in tune with what the times are. They're not all that different, but on Christmas Eve, we will still have the same amount of Masses, just at different times. We will start at 4 o'clock. That's traditionally jam-packed out the door, so you might want to say that may not be the safest and best time for us to come. Every Mass will be including children and speaking to children. So don't see it just as that Mass, as the children's Mass. But the 4 o'clock Mass will be celebrated here in the church. Again, every other pew, social distancing, wearing a mask and everything, and also in Brady Hall, again, with a lot of spacing and everything, so we will not be able to nearly accommodate the amount of people that we ordinarily have, but we will have simultaneous Masses at 4 o'clock. Then the second Mass is going to be at 6:30, not at 6, because we need time to sanitize everything, which we will after every Mass. 6:30 will be here and most likely in Brady Hall if we need that. Then the next Mass that typically was at 8 o'clock will be at 8:30. That we think will just be in here. And then we will still have our midnight Mass, preceded by an hour of choral singing and mostly instrumental music. We're not going to be using wind music, but we will be doing beautiful music. So certainly it would be a wonderful time to come anytime from 11 o'clock on, just to prepare your heart and to soak in the beauty of this season. On Christmas morning, that would be a Friday, we will have our regular 3 Masses, 7:30, 9:30, and 11:30, and we're planning, if needed, to have an additional Mass in Brady Hall at 11:30, because in the past that typically has been the Mass we've had more people at. Again, you do not have to come on December 24th or 25th, and it may be a good idea because so many visitors come, so many people coming home. It might be a good idea, especially for some of our regulars, to say, I think I'll come for the Feast of the Holy Family or even during the week. Then on Saturday and Sunday, the Feast of the Holy Family, we will have our regular Mass schedule, 5 o'clock on Saturday evening, and all 4 Masses on Sunday, 7:30, 9:30, 11:30, and the 5 on Sunday evening. So that'll do it for the weekend. And hopefully that'll be especially a time to spread things out, to come to one or the other. Then during the week we'll have our regular Mass schedule, and then we're back to New Year's Eve. On Thursday, December 31st, Mass will be at 5 o'clock. And then on New Year's Day, we have 2 Masses, one at 9 o'clock, one at 11 o'clock. That will be the time span for the octave of Christmas to celebrate the birth of the Lord. So again, we ask you to familiarize yourself with the schedule, do some pre-planning. Every Mass during that entire octave is Christmas Day in the eyes of the church and a celebration of the Lord's coming. So spread it out, spread yourselves out. Of course, we will ask everyone and require everyone to wear their mask, to be distanced. Certainly families can sit together, and also to understand that we may need to ask you to either go over to Brady Hall, or there may be a point where we will say we just cannot accommodate this many people safely in our church. I really don't want to get to that. I really don't want to ever send anybody away. I want everybody always to feel very, very welcome here and to be able to come and worship God and feel really safe and comfortable. One other thing, as a part of our Advent preparation, on the weekend prior to Christmas, December 19th and 20th, we are presenting outside at the pavilion a live nativity celebration, including a family that will be caroling, and also live figures, live animals. We've done that before, but this year we're doing it out at the pavilion. It'll be basically a drive-by and a listen from your car. It'll take place on Saturday evening after the 5 o'clock Mass until we're done. It's probably till about 7 or 8. And then on Sunday morning again after the 9:30 Mass, so around 10 o'clock on until 1 o'clock. It'll be a wonderful time just to experience in a living way that great story that we celebrate this Christmas. So, like all of us, we need a little Christmas. For all of us, there's nothing like coming home for Christmas. we understand the conditions. We need to continue to keep everyone safe and healthy. The virus doesn't care whether it's church or this place or that place or Christmas or any day. The virus is the virus, and we can do this and really keep people safe and healthy as long as we're willing to say, okay, I may need to do things a little differently this year, but I still need to keep Christmas in my heart to celebrate the joy, the light, and the hope that Christ brings by his coming among us. So I wish you a wonderful remainder of the Advent season, and especially a most joyous and holy Christmas season as we come together to celebrate this great gift. God bless you, everyone, and we'll see you soon.